Start standing up tall, shoulders back. We're just going to inhale, roll the shoulders around. So inhale, up, exhale down. Just moving through those shoulders. We're going to start by loosening out all the joints, then we're going to move down into the muscles. Big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I'm going to change direction, so opposite way. Again, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Three, two, one. Okay, go drop the head. Do a big circle the whole way around. You get to the front, change direction, bring back. You'll loosen out that neck. I slowly move through it. Again, big deep breaths the whole time. You guys keep going there. We have the certain head. Back. Three, two, one. Going to bring the hands on the hips now. Feet shoulder width apart. And we're going to again just circle through the hips. So move the whole way around. Again, try and move through those hip joints as much as possible. Big circle through. Keep the knees slightly bent as well. We don't want to lock them out. Four, three, two, one. And bring the feet together, bend the knees slightly. So again, just keep that back straight. And so we're not bending over like this. Shoulders are together, and again, a little circle with knees and back. Just moving through each one. Three, two, one. Last one here, out onto the toe, and we're going to just rotate those ankles around and back in little circles. Move as much as you can through that ankle joint. Sometimes these can get a bit sticky like the shoulders. And then swap to the opposite side. Four, three, two, one. Okay, we're going to bring our shoulders up, or sorry, hands up to shoulder height. And what we're going to do is you're going to rotate your palms up towards the ceiling, change direction, and rotate them towards the ceiling going the other way. So we're rotating our shoulders internally and externally. So bringing those palms up as high as we can first, and then we're going to turn it around and try and get them right round again. Don't worry if you can't get them fully back up. Just work through whatever amount of rotation you can do. nice big twists. Again, keep breathing. Get as much rotation through there as you can. Bring your thumbs around to the ceiling and back, and then try and point the pinkies up as close to the ceiling as you can, and back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let it out, shake it out. We're going to go level up now to the next version of that. You're going to bring your hands back up. You're going to bring one hand, so twist one hand one way, and the other hand's going to go the opposite way. So one's internally rotated, the other one's externally rotated. So one of them we're pushing our pinky to the top, and the other one's our thumb. And then we're going to rotate them again. So again, we're still trying to move as much as we can through each one. The only difference is now we are going the opposite direction each side. So it might be a little bit confusing for the brain starting off going, wait, hold on, what? But keep going, get a little bit easier. We'll push through each one, just getting as much as you can. Remember, if you're not getting the full rotation, don't worry. It's not unusual. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake it out. Just bring your arm across the body. Little stretch here. Just make sure we're not on the elbow, so either side. So if you're finding it too hard to get to the forearm, just wrap from here. So loosen out that shoulder. We're going to swap to the opposite side. And down, let it go. We're going to bring one arm up over the back, okay? So reach down like so. You're going to pop the other hand on top, and then just push the head back into it, keeping our head up, and just pushing out as much as comfortable. Again, keep breathing here. Now, if you can, well, we're going to do whatever level we can. You're going to bring your other hand around and just reach up as far as you can. So you may not be able to touch or hold hands. If you can't, don't worry, I can just about get it here. You're going to reach the hands towards each other if you can't. We're just going to breathe through that. So whatever amount is comfortable, we're going to do that. Again, keep that head up. Don't let that arm push you forward. Three, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. I'm going to go to the opposite side here now. So other arm comes up. And we're just going to press down first on the other, press down on the elbow, the opposite arm. I'm just going to hold it there for a second. Okay, now if you're comfortable, try and bring the opposite hand around and see if you can hold hands. Remember, if you can't, don't worry, just kind of gently reach the hands towards each other. Again, keep breathing. We're only pushing to wherever is comfortable for us. Four, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Okay. Lastly, one standing before we go down to the mat. All you want to do is I want you to roll your shoulders back and down. You're going to bring your hands forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull our shoulder blades together. So we'll have a slight bend at the elbows, but we're not pulling our arms back. We're actually moving through our shoulder blades here and pushing forward. So what we're doing is we're retracting our scapula and pushing them forward. Our arms are not going to move. They're just being pulled back and forth by our shoulder blades. So pull them back, squeeze, and forward. What we're doing here is activating muscles in our mid-back that really don't get worked very often. So you might find it a bit difficult to pull them back. The aim here is we are not moving through our arms, it's your shoulders. Shoulders are squeezing together and coming forward again. So if you notice me, my arms aren't moving, well, my arms are moving, but I'm bringing this movement through my shoulders. This can be quite tough. Four, three, two, and one. Okay, let it go, shake it out. I'm going to come down to my knees to show you the next one, just because I'll be overhead. So you guys can stay standing. But what we're going to do this time is we're going to bring our arms overhead. I'm going to pull our shoulder blades down and lift them back up. Down and back up. So this one, we're elevating and depressing our shoulder blades. Again, another movement they don't go through too often. Good to move the whole shoulder blades. Bring them through all the ranges of motion. Again, we're not moving the arms. There's a slight bend in the elbows. We're not locking the joint out, but we're not using the arms here to move this. We're actually pulling your shoulder blades down, like going into your back pocket, and releasing them back up. So we're going to exhale as we pull down, inhale as we lift up. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down, shake it out. Okay, now we've moved through our shoulders quite a bit. We're actually going to come down onto our side. So you can rest your hand on your bottom arm. We want to keep the other hand in front of you, and we want to bring our core tight. So we want a nice straight line the whole way through the body here. We don't want to be like this or like this. Or we don't want to be sitting back on our bum. We want to be up on our hip. Our core is engaged. From there, you're going to lift one leg, and you're going to slowly lower. So exhale up, inhale back down. Keep it nice and controlled the whole time. We're not racing through reps here. If you're doing this right, after a couple of reps, you should start to really feel this part of your hip. If you're not, slow down. Again, we want to make sure we're not rocking as well. So we exhale, lift up, inhale back down. Keeping it nice and controlled. Four, 3, 2, and on your next one, we're going to hold it up. Holding it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that knee over and down and across. From there, we're going to lift the bottom foot. So whatever foot is bottom, you're going to exhale, lift up, and inhale, lower. So we're pushing the inside of that foot as close to the ceiling as we can, and back down. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. So between these two exercises, we're working those muscles on the outside of the leg and the inside of the leg. They don't get as much love. There's not many things we do to work on them as well. 4, 3, 2, and one last one. Back down. I'm gonna flip over onto the opposite side now. So again, lean on that bottom arm. Nice straight body, straight line through the body. Keep the core nice and tight. And we're going to exhale, lift up. And inhale, lower. Nice and slow again. Keep it really controlled. Again, if you're finding it's too easy, slow it down. Keep that core tight so we're not rotating. Exhale up. Inhale down. Four, 3, 2, and on the last one we're going to hold up for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it over and across. And we're going to exhale, lift up, and inhale, lower on that bottom leg. Again, we're pushing the sole, the inside of that foot up toward the ceiling, slowly lowering. Exhale up, inhale down. Four, 3, 2, and last one, and okay, we're going to sit up here. Okay, legs out in front of us. And the first thing we're going to do here is we're literally going to point our toes and bring them back towards us. Point and back. So it's good for getting the ankles moving. It's also good for lymphatic drainage. So any fluids going bottom of your legs, good way of moving it back up to where it's supposed to go. I do know how to explain what lymph is, but I can't remember right now. So just take my word for it that it's good for you. Basically, if you get any fluid, like the kind of stores sometimes down the bottom of the legs, it can get stuck. If you do stuff like this, or if you put your legs up against the wall, it can help drainage. But this actually works just as well. Four, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go out and in now. Just turn your feet out as much as you can and back in. Just kind of move the whole way up through your leg. That's okay. And we're just bringing the ankle through different ranges of motion that it may not go through very often. It's always good for it to do that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take one leg and you're going to bring it into the inner inside of the thigh of the other leg. Okay, we're going to inhale, get ourselves nice and tall, and then exhale, you're going to just come down as far as you can along that leg. So if you can reach your feet, fabulous. If you're at your ankle, fine. If you're at your calves, absolutely grand as well. But we're just going to hold it there where it's comfortable. I don't want you pushing it. We want that nice slight stretch. We don't want it to be a painful stretch. If it feels very tight, come back slightly higher. As you're doing this, you can, in intervals, inhale and exhale to come a little bit closer, a little bit further down the leg, or bring your belly a little bit closer. Again, if it's uncomfortable, don't do it. Stay where it is comfortable for you. Big inhale. As the exhale, come back up. We're going to swap it over so you can extend out the opposite leg. Bring that foot up, inner thigh, again, nice and tall, big inhale. Exhale, fold yourself forward and just reach for wherever it's comfortable. You might find you get further on one side than the other. One side is easier than the other. Very, very common. Funny enough, for me, this is my easier side. Normally we go for our easier side first without noticing and then move on to the harder side. If my harder side was closer to the camera. Again, just where it's comfortable, and we're just breathing through each one. Three, 2, 1, coming back up. So from there, what we're going to do is, I'm just going to turn close chairs. We're going to come to a straddle pose. So we're going to bring our feet nice and wide. Legs are still extended and toes are pointed to the ceiling. If your feet are falling in, you can't keep them up, but bring yourself in slightly closer. So bring your feet in closer together is what I meant. From there again, we're going to nice and tall. Inhale and then exhale. Bring yourself forward. You want a nice little stretch on the inside of the legs. Again, if you can keep the toes pointing upwards, bring your feet in closer. Again, as you're exhaling, seeing if you can come a little bit closer. If you can't, don't worry. Stay where it is comfortable for you. Yeah, we're going to walk our hands over to one side. Again, wherever is comfortable for you, stay there. So if you're up here, that's fine. If you're lower, that's okay too. Wherever is comfortable, we want a nice stretch. We don't want it to be sore. We'll get a bit of a stretch across the opposite side as well, down here. If you're feeling a bit of a stretch here, that's okay. It's normal. And we're going to bring it back across to the center for a second. Just pausing there. And walk across to the opposite side. And just pausing where you are. Wherever is comfortable. And bring it back up, back to center. Bring those legs together, and we're going to sit. Lie back onto our back with our knees bent and pointing towards the ceiling. From there, we're going to bring one leg up, pop the ankle on the knee, and then from there, lift up, hands in between the legs, and just pull in towards yourself. Stretching out the glute here a little bit. We're breathing the whole time. Yeah, with this, if you can draw yourself a little bit closer while breathing through it. Great. If you can't, if you're where you're comfortable, stay there. You want a light stretch. Every time you exhale, see if you can come a little bit closer, and if you can't, just stay where you are. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Pop that foot down. We're going to swap over, opposite ankle up onto the opposite knee, and we're just going to lift up and pull in towards. Again, just stop wherever it's comfortable. Inhale, as you exhale, try and draw a little bit closer. Four, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. We're going to sit up and come over into our box position. So in that box position, we want to make sure our hips are above our knees and our shoulders are above our wrists. So a nice square position. Kind of keep our back nice and neutral, and then we're going to roll those shoulders back and roll them forward. I know which everyone loves this one. Just get as much movement through as you can. Big circles. Hopefully some of the other exercises is making this a little bit easier. If not, just move them as much as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring one hand to our temple. We're going to reach up our elbows as high as we can and come back and around. Nice big twist as much as you can, wherever it's comfortable. Getting a bit of movement through the back here, a bit of movement through the chest. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swap to the opposite side. Again, hand to the elbow, temple, and elbow comes up toward the ceiling. And exhale up, inhale down. As much your rotation as we can each time. Hopefully after a couple you can go a little bit higher. If you can't, don't worry. It's all about just moving. Four, 3, 2, and 1. From there, let's just sit back onto the heels and pull the hands forward. Forward comes down to the mat. If you want to intensify that stretch, pull the hands further away, or just relax where you are. Three, 2, 1. Right, we're coming up onto the knees here. For the last few stretches, we're going to bring one knee forward, one leg back. Make sure that front foot is planted. We're going to keep our hands on our hips and our shoulders back. And we're going to squeeze through that glute onto that front foot and push back off that foot. So your back glute, we're going to squeeze forward onto that front foot, keeping the foot planted, and push back off that foot, coming back up. Our aim is to not lean forward with this. So if you come to a point where you start to lean forward, just stop there. Trying to open up that muscle. We don't want to be going into here. We want to, if you're just getting to here, but you're still up, that's what we want. Up and back. Foot is planted into that mat. We move back through it. Inhale as we come forward. Exhale as we come back. Remember to breathe through each stretch we do. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that back, we're going to swap it over. So other foot comes forward. And nice, up and tall, squeezing the glute from behind, and you're going to push forward. And come back up. Opening up the whole front of that hip. Nice area, nice to get tight if you're spending a lot of time sitting down. you're in front of a desk a lot, you might find this is a lot tighter. But we want to squeeze that glue from behind to actively engage and push through. Push off that front foot, come back. Yeah, and keep breathing through each one. As we go through this, gets easier. We can go a little bit further maybe. Feel the muscles release. This is my tighter side. Four, three, two, and one last one. And up. Okay, you're going to stand up. Going to interlock those fingers behind the back, pull your shoulders together, just lift up as high as you can, keeping your chest forward and your head up. Down this every time you exhale, see if you can lift a little bit higher. Okay, we're going to interlock the fingers, pull your hands apart and drop the head. So up in front of us. Okay, from there, let's interlock, push those hands right up towards the ceiling. Again, I'm going to kneel just so you can see, pushing up as high as we can. You guys can stay standing. Open over to one side. Bring it back up to center again, push towards that ceiling. And I'm going to go over to the opposite side. And back to center. Let it go. And you're done, guys. Well done. Great work this morning. That is the end. Now,